Hey NBA2K MyLeague fans, I am back with another NBA2K MyLeague Expansion Series video with those Cincinnati Lions. In this video we got awesome highlights of our game versus the Indiana Pacers that goes down to the very last possession. Highlights you're not going to want to miss. We got the trade deadline that passed. We're getting ready for the All-Star break. We take a closer look at the Milwaukee Bucks and our game results with them and the Dallas Mavericks. New to the channel, I'm Coach 2K. If you want to learn how to play my league, you're going to want to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified whenever I upload anything new. I'll put a link in the corner to the beginning of the series so you can get caught up on every single episode along with all my other My League content you're going to want to check out on the channel. And let me know in the comments what you think of the series while you're here. And also give the video a like if you enjoy it. As I mentioned, the All-Star break is coming up, and so we plan on highlighting the All-Star game in some fashion along with any other events that take place in All-Star weekend. There's a look at some of the players. Alright, so we had a couple games since the last time we played. The first was with the Milwaukee Bucks. They're led by Marion Wells, and he's a pretty talented player. He's somebody we got our eye on. He's got a player option in the offseason. Maybe we can talk him out of the Bucks and coming to Cincinnati. They got another guy named Linnell Brewer, 87 rated small forward from Kansas, averaging, 16, 18 points a game. Pretty impressive player. They got another guy named Wilt Jones Jr., another power forward, 84 rated overall, 13 points a game, 8 rebounds. This guy's a monster. I've seen previous highlights. He did sign a contract extension with the Bucks earlier this year, and he's a pretty impressive player. They got a really nice young guy named Fuquan Man. He's a rookie, one of the Rookie of the Year candidates. He had a Rookie of the Month performance. And he's pretty awesome. And we got a couple highlights of him as well. And they got a really young group. Nice to check out this play here by Brewer as he slams it home. They're really athletic. Got a nice core. There's Wells draining it from deep. And here he comes again. We had to finally change our settings so we did not go under the screen. Here, nice play here by our young guy, Oleg Relic, getting the slam dunk, put back. Nice play here. Look at Fuquan Man with the athletic dunk. He was, what a play here. Awesome dunk by him. Reminds me a little bit of Giannis. Another play by Marion Wells in the open court. You can see he's pretty athletic too. But in the end, we win this game 118 to 111. And the Bucks are down there with us fighting for a playoff spot, and we were really happy to get that win against them. In case we end up tying with them, that'll become important. So Jenks, look at Jenks. He had 45 points. The guy was doing great. He had a franchise record 14 free throws in this one. Drew was right behind him, and then Marion Wells, he scored a career-high 49 in this game, and he was pretty much unstoppable, but in the end, we were able to really put together a really nice, strong second half. The trade deadline approached and passed. We, of course, made some moves a couple videos ago. I'll put a link in the description to the moves that we made in case you missed that. But pretty quiet trade deadline as a lot of the moves had already been made. There was a trade between the Suns and the Raptors. The Suns got the beat, and the Raptors, I guess maybe they traded them. Anyway, not a huge blockbuster trade. The beat is now a Raptor. He's a 6-foot point guard from Louisville. There's a look at some of his statistics for the year. Averaging 12 points a game, 3 assists. Pretty solid player. Darnell Williams-King, he's a younger guy from North Carolina. Maybe he's got some good potential. A draft pick was also thrown in there. Can't remember if it was the first. I think it was the second rounder. Overall, though, I think the move by the Raptors should help them upgrade their team's depth at point guard. So that was the reaction on social media for the trade on the Beats half. Next up for us were the Dallas Mavericks. They're led by Samakai Tompkins. The guy's averaging, 18, 19 points a game, 15, 16 rebounds. The guy is a glass cleaner, that's for sure. Nice player. Check out, I love watching the CPU pull off some really cool plays. And that one was really sweet. You got so much space in there. And there he's got another reverse slam. And but this one was all us. As we get off the turnover, we get an easy slam dunk by Eddie Drew off the assist from Zing. Zing here, he'll miss. But look at Myers with the one-handed putback slam. Nice job by him running the court and following up the shot. Here is our rookie. Well, he's not a rookie, but he's one of our youngest guys. Oleg Orelic, 0002. Puts oxygen in the team. We would kill these guys. 113-91. I think the Mavericks were on a huge losing streak. 7 or 8 games in a row. And so we swept the season series with the Mavericks, getting both games this year. Jinx had 34. Zing had 28. Drew had 21. He had a double-double. 21 and 10. So great performance by us. Tompkins, he led them, 24 points, 19 rebounds. I believe if we looked at his stats, he'd have a bunch of 20-plus rebound games this year. Tompkins has been a great rebounder all season, but the Mavericks have not been playing well. Next up for us was the Pacers, and in getting ready to play, we noticed that Calvin Hood and Yang Zing, man, they're tired. And this always happens right before a crucial game. I thought about, leaving them in. I decided to make a rest day after this game. We were going to practice, but I went ahead and changed that to a rest day to give everybody some rest. And in the end, I decided to go ahead and give them the rest. I'm always afraid of an injury if pushing them too hard, especially since we tightened our lineup to 9-man rotation. And Sabalas is going to start at point guard and Jennings at shooting guard. And Jenks has asked the coach if he can guard Dantley for the game. So there's a look at our lineup. We got Sabalas, Jennings, Jenks, Drew, and Billups. Zing and Hood are going to take the night off. And so here we get off to the start where we miss it, but Billups gets the rebound, puts back the offensive rebound. And early, these guys would jump on us. 7-2, you see Warwick getting inside, and we'd end up calling a timeout to try and get the run. This is right after this, we call timeout. Look at Dantley in the open court, man. Dantley is such an awesome player. It'd be great to see him in a Lions uniform next year. Well, that's Warwick, but we would take him too. So anyway, we call timeout, and we got right to work here with Jenks getting the slam dunk. Here he passes out to Eddie Drew, who'd struggled from 3, but he hit that one to tie it up. Here, look at Dantley, the move master, juking us, going inside and scoring in the lane. He is a really tough player. Nice play here by Jenks, getting to the rim, avoiding the block. And Drew there, he'll miss that. But Jenks is in there to clean up the rebound. Jenks would get in foul trouble early. It was like the real NBA. They put 2 on our main scorer, and we had to sit him down for a little while. So these Pacers, the last time we played them, they thumped us pretty bad, and we really wanted to get this win so we could inch closer to 500. Every time we get a chance, it just seems like there's a few really, really tough teams in our way of keeping us from getting there. So we really hope that we could get this win here. And we were hanging tough in the first quarter as we decided to take it inside against Warwick, who's pretty strong. Billups is a lot stronger, and he ended up scoring there. There we tipped the pass. Look at 0-0 with the lay-in off the fast break. Gives us a 5-point lead. And nice play by Drew there as he runs the court. We were able to get that pass through without it getting stolen. Dantley, or Warwick, the last game, the Pacers shot 73% from 3. And you see Jonathan Myers there with an alley-oop. Nice pass by Double O, getting him the alley-oop pass. And Dantley, or Warwick going inside. Warwick is so strong. And here we got a nice alley-oop pass. Well, we didn't alley-oop it. Nice pass to Jonathan Myers. We like to alley-oop that one if we can. Here you see Garnett getting in. Nobody back there. We need a good rim protector back there. And that would really help. They get it over to Taylor. Taylor buries the three. And there we get a nice block. But as is usual, all blocks, all tip passes go back to the CPU. Jinx scores on the layup as the Pacers are hanging tough themselves. And Warwick would drop another one in there to pull them within one here. And then we started milking this play here as Jinx could get to the basket at will here many times using that very play. Warwick's still hot. Here you see him again. And this time he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line, puts us up by 3 with that shot. And he was 6 for 6 at that time. Knocked down the and one opportunity. And he gets to the rim again. Nice dunk. Gets another foul. This time the Juker fouls him. And he got a chance to give us a 7-point lead, which he does. And nice find of Dantley in the corner. And he will hit the 3. Here's that play again. Jinx with the dunk. And I don't know why, but man, I think it's because the Juker was guarding him. And the Juker has a little tougher time getting around those screens, so we recognize that. And you see Dantley wiggle his way in there for an easy lay-in, 7-point game. There it is again. You can see the Juker trailing behind him. And that was a little bit of a mismatch there because the Juker could not keep up with that screening action. Warwick with another one. I think the last game, if you were watching that, I mentioned the box score from the Pacers the last time. Both Warwick and Dantley had awesome games. Here you see the dunk on the other end by Kidd. And both those guys ended up getting the MVP chant. I've never seen that happen. MVP chant for 2 players in the same game. They were trying to get it to Jinx. He sneaks in there. And we were lucky enough to get that pass in and him to get the shot without it getting blocked. Here he finishes inside the lane again. And so we did pretty well in the first half. The Pacers are such a powerful team that you got to be so disciplined. Here's a nice little alley-oop play here. I think that's Kidd again. I remember playing these guys in my rebranded fictional MyLeague, and they were awesome. I think when I quit that series, we were on a 15-game winning streak with these guys. They were so good. Nice alley-oop pass here as Billups tips it in. Billups would go on in this game to grab a franchise record. A nice play here, the teardrop by Dantley. A franchise record 18 rebounds and a career high. So at halftime, we'd be up by 5 as Jinx had 31, even with the foul trouble. Warwick had 21. And there they get the tip pass. Like I was saying, it always goes back to the offense. And Warwick scores. Here's Dantley. Look at him go. And a nice dunk there. You see, if you don't take care of the ball, and I think we ended up with 19 turnovers for the game, giving them quite a few opportunities to score. Dantley with the long 2 ties it up. There's that play again. We're going to get Jinx in for easy buckets. Easy buckets. And there with Kidd, he takes the contact. No foul call. And see us running it again. We're going to milk it. I mean, eventually they do decide to guard it. There, look at the Juker, man. He's a wily veteran. He ended up with a nice play there. This Semi Bayo scores. Look at the alley-oop there to Myers. We got to get some alley-oops like that to Jinx. Maybe even to Drew or Double O. And Kidd with another one inside. Here's another play, alley-oop again to Myers. Myers he gives us a lot of offense off the bench, and we like to see that. So third quarter here, as we get kind of trapped down on the baseline. Double O scores as the defense is on the wrong side of him. And here they get Dantley in the corner, and we get just kind of pinned off with a little body screen there. Dantley makes us pay for it and scores. We decided to go inside. I think it's Taylor. Taylor's no match for Bonzi Harris. And there another fast breakout play as Garnett gets all the way to the rim. There we get the steal from Dantley. And we get out on the break and watch Double O here. Double O takes the contact. And he still manages to finish in transition. There's their rookie Gatson. Gatson was pretty quiet. I think that was his first shot of the game right there. As Drew scores inside. We're now up by 3 here. And we're going to take it inside again off that curl action. Look at this Garnett. But he misses that. But Dantley's right there. And he beats Jenks to that rebound and scores. Jenks come down to the other end. Finishes it inside with another easy dunk off another play we like to run to get our guy running to the basket. You see Warwick. Warwick's just so strong. I mean, Melly, this can't handle him inside there. Most of our point guards are just too small. I almost started thinking about putting Jennings instead of starting Sabalas, starting Jennings as we get the steal because Jennings is like 6'4". Look at Myers with the dunk on the fast break as we end up leading after 3 quarters. And they somehow get that pass in there to Semi Bayo, who finishes. There we get a nice block, but of course it goes back to the offense. And we tried to hang on to that guy. He created some space, and the crowd was getting into it. The crowd was actually pretty loud, pretty good here. Another play there where we get the tough shot missed. He gets the rebound, puts it back in. 2-point game, and Warwick again gets to the rim, and he ties it up. It's 83 all here early in the fourth quarter. Getting inside again, Billups lets Warwick have it. We actually were able to get Warwick in a little bit of foul trouble, even though it didn't take away from any of his minutes there, as Melly gets out in transition for an easy layup. And look at Kidd cutting back door. We fell asleep on him. The Juker with a big 3 in the fourth quarter. And we're going to go inside again. Billups with the turnaround baby hook. And there's Warwick again. Warwick is a special player. Yeah, I knew he was good when I was using him when I played, but even better when you watch these guys play. I mean, thank you, Leo Aller, for putting together a pretty good roster. Watch these guys play as we face up with Billups. He ends up getting fouled here at about halfway through the fourth quarter. He knocked the first free throw down. He knocked the second one down. 93-90. And we get inside. We find Billups with the pass that's hard for him to control. He brings it down, goes back up and scores. His Warwick. No, it's Dantley. See Dantley get Myers off his feet. Check out the alley-oop to Dantley again. Dantley scores off the dunk. 2-point game, 5 minutes to go. And we're going to give up another easy basket to Kidd, Bryce Kidd. Look at the bench and the crowd. I mean, everybody was fired up. It felt somewhat like a playoff game here as Drew does a nice little underhand scoop shot there to give us 2-point lead. And going down the stretch here, Dantley with a guy in his face buries the mid-range jumper from the baseline. And we're going to go back inside to Myers this time, and we're going to score. We're up by 2, 100-98. We get the big block, but this time we do get the ball back, but we couldn't make anything on it on the other end. Inside, Drew gets the foul. He goes to the line. He's going to put us up by 3, up by 4, and things are looking good with 2 minutes to go here. Let's check out Dantley. Dantley goes in, and he missed it. We played great defense. We get out in transition. We're going to find Drew. He ends up getting fouled. He's going to go to the line because we're in the bonus. And we have a chance here to go up by 6 with 1:40 to go. He knocks the first one down and the second. Good job converting those free throws because we've been a really poor free throw shooting team. Look at Dantley here. That's just an incredible play there at a big time in the game. We go inside, and Billups is going to put us up by 6 again with 1:15 to go, and we're feeling pretty good. But look at Dantley. Another hand in his face. It's like he's not even there, and he scores. And Dantley, or Kidd, gets fouled on the fast break after we couldn't get a good shot on the other end. And Kidd is going to knock both these down and bring them within 2. And just like that, it's tight. There's Dantley going in. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line. So here he goes. He knocks the first one down. He knocks the second one down. And he has some sort of takeover, I think. It's all tied. We screwed up on our possession. They throw it to him, and at the buzzer, he nails it. And oh, what a heartbreaker that was. These guys were fired up. We played so well. We choked down the stretch. We didn't execute very well. And Dantley, with two guys on him, drains the three at the buzzer to give them the win after being down 6 with like a minute 15 to go. And Jenks was on the bench for most of that. He came in for that last possession. We should have what do you call it when you tell somebody you're in charge and put that guy in. Anyway, you can see the stats there. We did a much better job controlling this game. They did not get out of hand as far as shooting goes, but we had 19 turnovers that led to 24 points off turnovers. We could take a lot of positives away from this game, but we were looking at the film after the game. There was lots of room for improvement there, as we're not in very many buzzer beater games. Dantley had 37. Warwick had 29. These guys were incredible. Jenks had 43 points in 24, 25, 26 minutes. Look at Billups, 20 and 18. He had a great game. Drew had 17. The guys played well, especially with no Zing and no Calvin Hood. Those guys rested up. All right, so we're still making our pursuit to make the playoffs. Let me know what you think. I am Coach 2K. I'll see you on the court in the next video. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos and stay safe.